Station manager Quillnox had seen many things during his 40-year career managing the Nexus Prime orbital station. Pirates, smugglers, diplomatic incidents, all part of running the galaxy's busiest trade hub. But nothing had prepared him for the day humans opened a restaurant in Section 7. It started innocuously enough. Ambassador Jennifer Walsh had requested permission to establish what she called a cultural exchange food court. The Galactic Council, always eager to promote interspecies understanding, approved the request immediately. How dangerous could alien cuisine be? The first sign of trouble came during construction. Human contractor Mike Patterson had insisted on installing what he called proper ventilation systems with enough airflow to handle the heat. When Quillnox asked about the heat, Patterson had just grinned and said, "You'll see." Opening day arrived with typical galactic fanfare. Representatives from dozens of species gathered to sample humanity's culinary offerings. The menu, translated into 17 different languages, featured items with names like ghost pepper wings, Carolina Reaper salsa, and something ominously labeled Dave's Insanity Burger. The first customer was Ambassador Velthok of the Centauri Federation, a dignified being whose species was known for their refined palates. He approached the counter with scientific curiosity, ordering what the human chef, Tony Ramirez, described as mild buffalo wings. "These are your mildest offerings?" Velthok inquired, examining the orange-coated appendages with 4 eye stalks. "Oh yeah, totally mild," Tony assured him. "We've got way hotter stuff, if you're interested." Velthok took a delicate bite. For exactly 3.7 seconds, his expression remained composed. Then his skin shifted through 17 different colors. His breathing apparatus began making sounds like a dying hyperdrive, and he began speaking in what the translator identified as incomprehensible anguish dialects. He stumbled toward the water dispensers, but Tony called out helpfully, "Water won't help, buddy. You need milk or bread." The second incident occurred when a group of Zephyrian diplomats decided to try the medium salsa. Zephyrians, being energy-based life forms, don't technically eat food. They absorb it directly through their crystalline membranes. The jalapeno habanero mixture caused their entire molecular structure to fluctuate wildly, creating what one witness described as a disco ball having a seizure. Emergency medical teams were called when the salsa somehow caused 3 Zephyrians to temporarily phase into alternate dimensions. But the real chaos began when General Thrakmar of the warrior Kazanak species declared that his people were tougher than humans and could handle anything on the menu. He ordered the Volcanic Death Challenge, a plate that required customers to sign a legal waiver. "Your species uses food as a weapon," he announced proudly, flexing his forearms. Kazanak warriors fear nothing. 20 minutes later, Thrakmar was curled up in the medical bay, whimpering in 3 different languages while Dr. Martinez applied cooling gel to his tongue. His translator had apparently broken from processing too many curse words simultaneously. The breaking point came when someone accidentally knocked over a container of something called Pepper X powder near the station's air recycling system. Within minutes, half the station was evacuating, aliens fleeing with streaming eyes and overwhelmed respiratory systems. "How do your people consume these chemical weapons?" demanded Station Security Chief Clixtal, his tentacles writhing in distress. Jennifer Walsh, completely unaffected by the chaos around her, calmly munched on a Carolina Reaper pepper. "Oh, we build up tolerance over time. Plus, we just really like the endorphin rush. It's fun. Fun." Clixtal stared at her in horror as maintenance crews worked to clear the air systems. "Your species considers pain enjoyable." "Well, yeah, the burn means it's working." By the end of the week, the human restaurant had been relocated to its own isolated section with triple-filtered air systems and emergency decontamination protocols. Signs in 47 languages warned visitors about the extreme biological hazards contained within. But despite, or perhaps because of, the chaos, the restaurant was booked solid for the next 6 months. It seemed the galaxy had discovered something new, the thrilling terror of human cuisine. The menu's disclaimer now read, "Management not responsible for temporary blindness, spontaneous combustion, or interdimensional displacement. Humans eat at own risk. Everyone else enters at own peril. And business had never been better.